cost per click has been increasing for advertising on Amazon. If you already advertise, you probably have seen this happen, especially in the last 2 years. We're consistently seeing overall increase on, it's just getting more expensive and more competitive to advertise on Amazon. Okay. Is everyone having a good day? I cannot believe it's almost May. That's one of the first things I'm thinking about is it's the end of April already, and we're basically in May, which is then summer is right around the corner. So I am going to go ahead and share my screen. Awesome. Yes, happy May to you too as well. I know it's hard to believe. So, okay, I'm so glad that everyone can hear me. So, and hopefully you can see my screen as well. I am really excited about this topic. I know that a lot of you want to see more sales on Amazon. You want to see more traffic to your listing. So I'm going to share a lot about really how to win for less, because Amazon being search engine optimized on Amazon is so important, and everything is always changing. So I'm going to really focus in on this year, what works for Amazon SEO and how to create that for your listings so that your products and your listings can get seen. So we will jump right in. Okay. So the big question is, does it still matter about optimizing on search engine for Amazon? And you probably already know my answer, but of course it is, right? It definitely is important. It matters, and it matters because it's become more competitive for shopping on Amazon. You're getting a lot more cost per click has been increasing for advertising on Amazon. If you already advertise, you probably have seen this happen, especially in the last 2 years. We're consistently seeing overall increase on, it's just getting more expensive and more competitive to advertise on Amazon. And that's not to say you shouldn't do that, but you really need a really good product listing that's optimized, search engine friendly, so that you're not so heavily relying just on advertising, that you're also paying attention to how you're showing up on Amazon without paid advertising. So I'm going to give you an example and walk you through some things. So this first example, remember, to optimize for Amazon with search engine, we're looking at keywords. So we're looking at words and keyword phrases, things that people are typing in on Amazon to find a product, right? This is connecting them to a product listing on Amazon. And this is how people are going to be shopping, because when they type something in, they want to see what's happening. They want to see what's in front of them, their choices, as if they were in a physical retail store and they saw, okay, this is the aisle that I need to look for my product in, for instance. Let me see what my options are, and then let me choose based off of that, right? That is how people shop when they're in a store. The same thing is happening on Amazon. What people are seeing on the first page of when they type a product keyword in or keyword phrase in, those are their options. Typically, they are not shopping on pages 2, 3, 4, unless they're really unsatisfied with what they're seeing on page 1. They're normally not going to go beyond that, right? They're going to see what's right in front of them, and they're going to make the best choice on what fills their need, what solves their problems. Go back to previous webinars. We've talked about knowing your customer avatar on Amazon. Having a really solid idea of who you're trying to target and speaking their language is important too. So you type in, for instance, shampoo. What's happening with that? So one of the first things, just to kind of break down the search results, is the first thing that we're seeing at the very top here. You can see it says sponsored. This is a sponsored brands ad. So they are choosing 3 products that they want to put into that advertising. They have their tagline, they have their leading it to their brand stores page right there. But this is a paid way of getting seen, right? So we're not focusing in on that today, but I do want to explain what's happening when someone types in shampoo in this example. And in this particular case, they're actually running a deal. So that's why we see that extra limited time deal pop up. Now, after that, we're seeing results, but this is actually still, as you can see right above the title, these are all still paid advertising listings, right? So these are still ones that companies are paying to get put in front of potential shoppers. And I'm going to show you in a few slides the search volume, just as an example that we're seeing on shampoo as our example, to see like there are a lot of people obviously searching for shampoo. They're not looking necessarily for something specific in this example, but this is what's presented before them to then make their choice. Now, this is what I really want to focus in on for today, is you're seeing basically these are the organic or the non-paid listings. So you've got these four at the top. This is obviously when you're on a desktop. It's a little different experience when you're shopping on your phone. But this is the first organic result, the second and the third. Now, when you see those results, most people, over 67%, they're clicking on that first result. They're clicking on that first listing, right? That is where the most sessions are going to happen. Now, if they convert is going to depend on, is this fulfilling the need? Because especially with a broad term like shampoo, there might be specific hair care needs that they have that is not fulfilling to them. That's maybe not what they're wanting. So there are really a lot of people that are clicking on that first one, and then it's distributed kind of a trickle down effect on the second and third, but those are where most of the clicks are happening and where most of the visits are going. So if you were in a physical retail store, those are kind of the first three products that they are picking up to look at to see, do I want to buy this, right? Okay, so I just kind of explained this, but you can see there's a huge section for paid ads. So paid ads definitely has its place, but what we're referring to is we want your product listings to show up organically, right? We don't want to have to keep relying on advertising, especially as the cost of advertising goes up. So this will really help you. Our focus is to help you win for less, and making sure that you have the right keywords in your listing is going to help your product to show up sooner. That way you don't have to as heavily or at all rely on paid advertising to get seen. Okay, so basically I've already explained this, but you cannot just rely on pay-per-click. It is a great way if you're trying to expedite how quickly you're showing up on the first page. Now, how long it takes does vary quite a bit depending on the search volume, the competitiveness of the keyword. But we like usually more of the what we would call mid-tier keywords. So they're getting solid search volume, but they're not super competitive, because typically, just as a guide, it would really be expensive to bid on, for instance, a keyword like shampoo, because it is getting so much volume, because there are a lot of people spending a lot of money to get those clicks. You could see those were a lot of them were very large brands that were showing up with paid advertising.